had a great summation all worked out. I thought it was some sharp lawyering, but I'm not going to read it. I'm here to apologise. I am young, I am inexperienced, and you cannot hold Carly Haley responsible for my shortcomings. You see, in all this legal manoeuvring, something has gotten lost, and that something is the truth. Now, it is incumbent upon us lawyers not to just talk about the truth, but to actually seek it, to find it, to live it. My teacher taught me that. Let's take Dr. Batts for example. Now, obviously, I would have never knowingly put a convicted felon on the stand. I hope you can believe that. But what is the truth? That he is a disgraced liar? And what if I was to tell you the woman he was accused of raping was 17? She was 23. That she later became his wife, bore his children, and is still married to the man today. Does that make his testimony more or less true? What is it in us that seeks the truth? Is our minds or is our hearts? I set out to prove that a black man could receive a fair trial in the South. That we were all equals in the eyes of the law. That's not the truth. Because the eyes of the law are human eyes, yours and mine. And until the day that we can see each other as equals, justice is never going to be even-handed. It will remain nothing more than a reflection of our own prejudices. And until that day, we have a duty unto God to seek the truth. Not with our eyes, and not with our minds, where fear and hate turn commonality into prejudice, but with our hearts, where we don't know better. I want to tell you all a story. I want to ask you all to close your eyes while I tell you the story. I want you to listen to me. I want you to listen to yourselves. Go ahead, close your eyes please. This is a story about a little girl walking home from a grocery store one sunny afternoon. I want you to picture that little girl. Suddenly, a truck races up. Two men jump out, grab her, and drag her into a nearby field. They tie her up and rip her clothes from her body. Now they climb on. First one, then the other, raping her, shattering everything innocent and pure with a vicious thrust in a fog of drunken breath and sweat. And once they were finished, after they killed her tiny womb, murdered any chance for her to bear children, to have life beyond her own, they decide to use this as target practice. So that they start throwing full beer cans at her. They throw them so hard that it tears her flesh all the way to the bone. Then they urinate on her. Next comes the hanging. They have a rope. They tie a noose. I want you to imagine that noose tightening around her neck. Then a sudden blinding jerk, and she's pulled into the air. Her feet and legs go kicking, but they do not find the ground. The hanging branch isn't strong enough. It snaps, and she falls back to earth. So they pick her up, throw her in the back of the truck, and drive out to Foggy Creek Bridge. They pitch her over the edge. She falls some 30 feet to the creek bottom below. Can you see her? Her raped, beaten, and broken body. Soaked in their urine, soaked in their semen, soaked in her blood, left to die. I want you to picture that little girl. Now imagine she's white. The defense rests your arm.